Hi everyone, welcome back to my cooking series from Happy Hot Home. Today I am going to be showing you how to make French scalloped potatoes. This recipe is from my dad, who is a French chef who made the most amazing, decadent, delicious, thick, rich, and creamy scalloped potatoes, sorry. They are so good. They are absolutely delicious. What makes them delicious? Heavy whipping cream. So be prepared. It's not for, it's not certainly a low-cal meal, but every once in a while it's perfect. I make it for events, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, any special holidays. Family and friends always ask for this, so I wanted to show you how to do it. And it's so easy. It's amazing. So what you are going to need, one of the biggest things that I suggest that you do have is a mandolin, and a good one. I've had this one for, gosh, I don't know, 10, 15 years maybe, and it works so well. I've never had to sharpen it. It works as good as the day I bought it. Of course, I don't use it every day. I only, use it every so often, but it works amazing to cut the potatoes. And it has 3 different settings, for the thickness of the potatoes, and it just works really well. But you do need to be very careful because it is very, very sharp and you don't want to cut yourself. So it does have some safety measures, you slide the potatoes along here, and you do not get too close to the blades. So I've never cut myself in all the 10, 15 years I've had it, but I am pretty careful and aware that, it is pretty hazardous and I could cut myself. So I suggest you use one of those because they are amazing. And what I'm using for this is I'm using 5 pounds of gold potatoes. You want to use really good potatoes, Yukon potatoes, Yukon gold potatoes just work amazing. I've peeled them and I have sliced them already with the mandolin. If I can find that, I'll link it in the video, but it's really a fantastic one. So I have, like I said, I've peeled 5 pounds of potatoes. In the back here, I am heating up a quart, which is 2 of these, of heavy whipping cream. I don't want to boil it. I don't want to cook it. I just want to heat it up so that it's warm when we put it into the oven. I have the oven preheated to 350, and they are going to take a long time to cook. They are going to take probably an hour and a half to maybe an hour and 45 minutes. So, be prepared and just adjust accordingly. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start layering the potatoes in my bowl. And I'm using like a 9 by 13 bowl. If you are using one of the glass 9 by 13s, you want to put a tray under it when you put it in the oven because the cream can overflow, but this one is thick enough where I don't think that's going to happen. I've actually never used this bowl to make the potatoes, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I have greased it with a tablespoon of butter to make sure that nothing sticks to it. And I'm just going to start layering in the potatoes, and I'll show you how I do this. This is a lot of potatoes, and you just want to layer them in the bottom of the glass dish, one by one, crossing them over. Again, I will show you how to do this. They're so good. My family just asks for these potatoes all the time. But again, we don't make them all the time because they are pretty caloric. We try to eat a little healthier than that. So as you can see, I've layered them all, just overlapping the potatoes, overlapping them just a little bit like that to form a nice layer on the bottom. And in between each layer, what I do is I sprinkle each layer with salt, and I do use a coarse salt. So I sprinkle each layer with salt, with a little bit of pepper and ground nutmeg, just a little bit each layer. Again, make sure you keep an eye on your cream. and that it's not going to boil over, and it's just warming and heating. And then I am going to just continue to layer my potatoes until they are all gone. And it doesn't really take as long as it looks, but it is a lot of potatoes. But I think your guests will enjoy it. I am making it actually for a dinner party tonight that we are going to go to. And they are just so good. I've made them before and our friends have just loved them. Excuse me. All right, so again, each layer, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of nutmeg. I'm going to continue layering. Until all of the potatoes are gone. And what I like to do with these like corner pieces, which is the end of the potato that you don't want to slice too thin because you risk cutting yourself, I put these in the corner. I just stick those in the corner to fill out the corners. And I just continue layering. And 5 pounds of potatoes feeds, I don't know, I mean, it feeds a lot of people. Probably I've fed 10, 12 people with these potatoes. Some of the potatoes are obviously bigger than some of the others, but it cooks better when you do take the time, instead of just throwing it in, and you really do take the time to layer the potatoes. And it looks pretty when you cut it too. And it cooks evenly. So these are all little tips that I've learned. There's another piece. I'm going to stick that in the corner, another end piece. And continue layering the potatoes in. And then when your cream is heated through, oh, that's good. Again, you don't want to boil it. You just want to heat it through. Then you fold in the Colby Jack cheese. And I just used shredded Colby Jack cheese, 8 ounces of it. And that's enough. And you just fold that to the cream. You pour the cream on top of your potatoes once you have finished layering everything. I am ready for some salt, some pepper, and again, a little nutmeg. So I will just finish with this. I will bake it and I will let you see what it looks like afterwards. But after I finish layering these potatoes, like I said, and this warms up just a little bit more, I am going to fold the cheese in my pot. And then I'm just going to pour everything on top of the potatoes. And then bake them for, like I said, an hour and a half. Check your timer at an hour and a half, but it takes a long time. I do not cover them, so did want to mention that because you guys will probably ask about that. So I will report back when they're done. All right, see you soon. Hey all, checking back in on the potatoes, the French scalloped potatoes that I was baking, and I wanted to show you. You can hear it bubbling. It looks so delicious. So what you also want to do is press it down with a spatula about like every half hour. This is at an hour and 15 minutes. So it looks amazing. It has a nice topping on it. I'm taking it to an event tonight, so I'm going to put it back in the oven. I am going to cover it because I want to keep it warm. It maybe needs like another, 15 minutes of cooking time, and then I'm going to cover it and, turn it off or turn it very, very low to keep it warm, but it looks just fantastic. So I just wanted to show this to you. I hope you try it, and if you do, let me know what you think. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. Okay, I'll talk to you next time.